Hello viewers. So today we are going far from home. And why are we going far from home? It's because of TB Joshua. TB Joshua was one of the greatest men of God that ever existed in Africa, if I'm not mistaken. He was that giant that everybody wanted to meet in person. He died somewhere in 2021. And 3 years after his death, a whole lot of allegations, even whilst he was alive, a whole lot of stuff came out about him being abusive and being cultic and being demonic. He's not really what he portrays himself to be. And there's been a documentary about him a few days ago that a lot of people are saying it could be true, it couldn't be true. But then, how far can you go if someone really wants to tarnish someone's image? But then, his own biological daughter, Ajoke, has also come out to talk about what her father used to do when he was alive in the synagogue church. They claim that church was being designed by him and he had a lot of chambers, secret chambers where he do his dirty stuffs and all that. Let's hear what Ajoke has to say about her own father.
Talking about years and years of abuse, consistent abuse that wasn't ending.
He hated her and he punished her for being born. Her existence was probably the biggest threat to his reputation.
I couldn't even have an identity. That kind of pain cannot be put into words. I felt like, maybe I really don't deserve to be alive.
What's her fault? What has that girl done? It pains me. She was still very young that time. Can you imagine how heartless we were?
Things like that, it's scary to talk about. It's really shameful. Like that I witnessed that and I didn't do anything to help her.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what she thought about the rest of us.
The disciples were both brainwashed and enablers. Everybody was just acting based on commands like zombies. Nobody was questioning anything. They were beyond fanatics. Where does your conscience come? How far can your conscience go without some form of accountability, without some form of truth? How far? It was very difficult to watch this man preach every Sunday. Topics about love and about mercy, they felt very strange coming from his lips. I stared myself in the mirror a lot of the times and maybe I do look like him, maybe. For as long as I can remember, I have been raised as TB Joshua's daughter.
I knew the child, Ajoke, right from birth.
She's his actual daughter, his biological daughter, with another woman outside of wedlock.
He doesn't seem to like her very much. She was kind of labelled the black sheep of the family.
I was in primary school, was made to move to the disciples' room. I didn't volunteer to be a disciple, I was made to join.
Ajoke grew inside the synagogue, like an outcast.
I think he wanted to keep her a secret. I don't think he wanted anyone to know who she was. The message about Ajoke was that she had terrible evil spirits that needed to be driven out. There was a time in the disciples' meetings, he said that people could beat her. Anyone in the female dormitory could just hit her, and I saw people just walking in, just slapping her as they walked past.
Ajoke, little thing, you see somebody slap her.
There was a particular time that I was very tired. I'd slept a little bit too much.
So he started shouting at her to get up, to get up, to get up. And there was another disciple there who basically took her to the shower and whipped her with an electrical cord and then turned the whole.
So with that being heard, I guess it's our own decision whether to believe what is popping out about him or not to believe it. But then I think it's high time we all be careful in what we believe in and what we don't believe in. Where we go to, where we don't go to fellowship, so that we don't end up being molested, being sexually abused, or being brainwashed, just like the way these disciples has come out to talk about TB Joshua. It's really unfortunate.
Watch the TBS show on our YouTube channel, The Daily Show Ghana.